That's right, in this video we will be opening door locks, but not using those extreme ways. We'll be using RFID module. Not another video about RC502. There are plenty of them around. But no, we will be using a different one. This time we'll use an RFID module I received from Reyax. It's very different, cool design, just 4 pins, so I can't wait to take it for a spin. Stick around. So here is RFID module from Reyax. Let's do a quick comparison with most commonly used RC522 module. Reyax module uses serial communication, thus we need just 4 pins: VCC, ground, and RX and TX. RC522 is using SPI interface that requires 8 pins, and also it works with 3-volt logic, so that may complicate things further as well. Reyax module is working with 5-volt logic, so it is safe to connect it to most commonly used Arduino boards like Uno and Nano. So as far as connectivity is concerned, Reyax module is a clear winner. However, using serial interface, we communicate with this module on a really low level, sending sequences of hex codes to it. Not really difficult, but the code is not very transparent. RX522 provides a dedicated library, so writing the code is much simpler, and the code is more easy to read. Just like for other components from Reyax, you can find extensive documentation on their website. So here is a datasheet of RFID module, at the end of which you will find quick start guide with the most useful hex commands. But there is more. There is datasheet for the chip CR95HF, which is at the heart of this module. And guess what? It is 77 pages long. So this tells me I'm only scratching the surface of what this module is capable of. Let's look at the way we'll be communicating with the module. First command is the echo command that checks if we can successfully talk to and receive information from the module. So we send the hex code 55 to the module, and it responds with the output 55, which indicates success. Then we need to initialize the module. This requires a sequence of commands where each command consists of several hex codes. The module responds with 00 when each command is executed successfully. And then there are tag detect commands. The first one is making the module look for a tag. Here is the response indicating that the tag was detected, and then the second command is receiving tag ID and sending that response through the serial interface. First byte, 80, indicates valid feedback from the module. Next byte indicates how much data will be transferred, so 8 bytes in this case. Then next 4 bytes make the tag ID. We'll discard the last 2 bytes. Before I start writing the code, I want to make sure that I got all hex initialization codes right, and I can communicate with the module. I thought I would do it using serial monitor in Arduino IDE, but it turns out you cannot send hex commands this way, or at least I don't know how to do it. Reyax recommended to use an application called QCOM. Never used it before, but it seems quite straightforward. To use it, we need to connect RFID module to PC via UART interface. The important thing to remember when making connections is to cross the serial communication wires. So RX is connected to TX and vice versa. Here's the QCOM application. Let's look at different sections of application window. Here you have COM port settings. Currently, we cannot choose any ports as the module is not yet connected. Also, the standard baud rate in the application is wrong. The Reyax RFID module works with baud rate of 57600. For all other options, we leave default values. This button opens the port. So let's connect the module through UART interface. Port 4 becomes available. Next section is the config parameters for sending commands to and receiving response from RFID module. We send request to and receive feedback from the module in hex format. After each command, we add carriage return. The info received from RFID module would be displayed in this window. In the right panel, you can type the request you want to send to the module. Reyax provided me with a script file which contains all needed hex commands. Let's open it. Since the proximity cards I'm planning to use are compatible with ISO 14443, we are interested with this lot only. First, we have our echo command, which checks if we can talk to the module, and then we have 5 commands to initialize it. Those are run just once. In Arduino code, they will be placed in the setup function. The following 2 commands are for detecting the tag and returning its number. Those 2 are run repeatedly, and in Arduino code they will be placed in the loop function. Before I can run any command, I need to open the COM port. You can see that the connection was successful in the status window. After running each command, you see 00 response that indicates successful execution. Let's initialize the card first. Done. Now let's run the commands to detect the card and then place the card over the module. You can see that the card is detected and you have a response containing tag number. When I use the second card, you can see that the different card ID is identified. Here is the first card again. With this dry run out of the way, we can now try to write Arduino code to achieve the same objective. Before we do that, let's connect Reyax module to Arduino first. First, we connect Arduino 5V pin to the module VCC pin and ground to ground. And then I chose to connect the RX and TX pins of the RFID module to digital pins D2 and D3 and used software serial library to establish serial communication via those pins. Let's look at the code now. We start with declaring software serial library and define software serial communication to RFID module via digital pins D2 and D3. Then we declare a couple of tables that contain the hex commands that we explained earlier. So echo command, initialization commands, and finally tag detect commands. Then in setup function, we open serial communication to both serial monitor and RFID module. Then we send the echo command to the module, wait a bit, and then check the response. We do it with the use of the show serial data function. What that function does is checking for any incoming serial data, and when such data arrives, forwarding it to serial monitor in hex format. Then we send sequence of initialization commands. With a slight delay in between each one, we also capture the responses and send them to the serial monitor. Now on to loop function. We run the first command to detect the tag and use show serial data to display module response. Then we execute the second detect command, but this time, when the serial input from RFID module is detected, we use read tag function, which not only reads serial input, but also parses it and extracts tag ID from it. Let's look at how this function works. Here is the sequence of hex values received when the tag is detected. We would need to declare a bunch of variables that will be needed in the code. I will explain each variable in detail when going through the sketch. And here is the function that would read the tag number. The first variable shows the index of the currently analyzed byte from the received sequence. We start with 0. While the serial data is available, we would use this variable to go through all the received bytes one by one. We save the first byte, the one with the index 0, to response byte variable. If the first byte is equal to 80, that means we are receiving a valid response from the module containing tag ID. Then we increase received buff position variable, and now we are looking at the second byte in the sequence. This byte contains the length of the sequence of the received bytes, and we are saving it to data len variable. We are continuing going through consecutive bytes, and for bytes 3, 4, 5, and 6, we convert them to strings and merge them into tag ID. When we receive all the bytes as indicated by the data len variable, we set the flag that the transfer is completed. Now that we know how read tag function works, we can return to loop function. Let's add few lines of code that reset variables needed in the tag detect process. We check if the response byte is equal to 80. If it is, we can output the tag ID to the serial monitor. If it is not, we output the message that the tag was not detected. Time to connect RFID module to Arduino and check if the code we wrote would work. Here are a few tags we would use to test it. After powering the Arduino, I load the sketch to it. Let's open Serial Monitor and monitor the program execution. So first we check the connectivity with echo commands. Then we send 5 initialization commands and receive 5 responses. And then, in the loop, Arduino is searching for proximity cards. Every few seconds, we get the information that no tag was detected. When we bring the card close to RFID module, you see a different result. Tag is detected and its number is displayed in the serial monitor. When trying other tags, each time the unique tag number is displayed. This code simply displays the detected card ID. But what if we want to compare it against the database of authorized tags and perform some action when the tag is recognized? For instance, we'll try to open a magnetic lock. In order to do it, I created a custom structure consisting of string containing tag ID, an integer value that specify if the tag is authorized or not. 1 indicates that the access is granted and 0 indicates that the access is denied. Using this structure, we define the table that will store tag records. In this case, you see 4 tags, out of which for 2 access is granted and for other 2 access is denied. Then we have the tag status variable. Here we also have 1 for granting access and 0 for denying it. There is also value 2 that indicates that the tag is not recognized. So to react to detected tag ID, we place this block of code at the end of loop function. We start with assigning 2 to tag status variable, which states that the tag has not yet been recognized. Then we loop through all entries in the tag table, and if the detected tag ID is equal to one of the entries in the table, we check the access settings of the tag and save it to the tag status variable. Then if the status is 1, the tag is authorized to perform a defined action. In this case, this action would be to send high signal to pin 13 to open magnetic lock. We can also output information that the access is granted. If the status is 0, we output message that the access is denied. If it is 2, we send the information that the tag was not recognized. Access in this case is denied as well. Let's spice up this project a bit by adding the magnetic lock that we would be able to open with authorized proximity cards. Such lock requires 12-volt power supply to operate, so we need a relay to control it. We connect Arduino 5-volt pin to positive pin of the relay and ground to ground, and signal pin of the relay would go to digital pin 13 of Arduino. So then we add the magnetic lock and DC 12-volt power supply. We connect positive of the power supply to the common terminal of the relay and negative of the power supply to the negative of the magnetic lock. The positive of the magnetic lock goes to normally open terminal of the relay. This way, when we provide high signal to digital pin 13, we will close the circuit and the magnetic lock would open. I designed a stand in Tinkercad that we can fit all the components to. And here it is ready, printed, with all the parts mounted and connected. Apart from RFID module and all already discussed parts, I have added all a display that will show the status of each scan tag. Let's have a quick look at all components. We have Arduino Nano, Reyax RFID module. Here is an I2C OLED display, 12-volt power supply, relay, and finally magnetic lock. Let's power the Arduino. You can see that the RFID module is initializing. After a few seconds we are ready to scan the proximity cards. Before we do that, let's connect 12-volt power supply. I'll pick up the random card. You can see its ID and you definitely can hear the magnetic lock open. Let's scan it again and check it against our tag database. You can see that the tag is listed and access for it is granted. Next card is also listed, but for this one access is denied. We check in similar fashion 2 remaining cards. What will happen if I pull out of my wallet my gym cards? We are able to read the tag ID. It is not in the database, so we are getting the information that this particular tag is unknown. And access in this case is also denied. This is all as far as this video is concerned. While I was halfway through filming it, Reyax informed me that they optimized the initialization commands for this module. It was too late for me to incorporate this in this video. I will include it in next one, and I am planning to make one more video on this RFID module, in which I will try to maintain tag database in built-in EEPROM of Arduino, and introduce admin tag that will allow to grant or revoke access rights assigned to tags. If you enjoy this video, like, share and subscribe. Consider supporting my channel either through PayPal or becoming my patron. Would mean the world to me. I will hopefully see you in my next video.